Hey everyone, you're listening to Kinda Tempted.
I'm Kimai,
And I'm Tanisha.
and today we're kind of tempted to give the people what they want. Let's go! Woo!
Ooh.
Alrighty then. So, what do y'all want? We asked.
We did. And you guys delivered. I am so freaking excited for this episode because you guys are giving us a topic to talk about and like
Yep.
something to riff off of. Like I feel like I don't have to prepare too much and it just
Nope.
makes me excited just to talk to Kim Mai, answer these questions.
Also, this is our 10th episode, the big
Ooh.
1-0. Woo!
And
So that's why we decided to do a Q&A because we thought it would, I don't know, be a special 10th episode, I guess.
dude, I love the idea of having a Q&A. Like we were thinking, oh, maybe it's like a little bit early, but you know what? You guys really came through, gave us some good questions. And I feel like we should just hop on in to our first
Yeah.
question.
Let's do it. Okay, so we, like Tanisha said, we gathered a lot of questions from y'all and we decided to, spice it up and throw it
Oh,
in a randomizer.
oh.
And so we have no idea what we're going to answer and the order we're going to answer it in. So the first question is question number 32, Tanisha. What is question number
Oh
32?
man. Oh, we're getting spicy already. Okay.
Is it? Okay, what
It
is
is.
it?
Okay. Question number 32 is, have you ever considered an open relationship? Ooh. What about you, Kim? Have you ever considered an open relationship?
No.
No.
I can't. I don't think I can. I have many concerns, and an open relationship would just increase those by
Yeah.
tenfold.
Yeah. I mean, I totally get that because I think if you are in a relationship with me, if you're my partner, you're mine. And like that's
Yeah,
fucking it,
that's
okay?
it.
That's it.
That's
Like
it.
if you think some other girl gets to share you, like, or some other guy, like I don't, you know what you are, okay? And like we're cool with it here, but like if you're with me, you belong to me. I'm like, that's it. Okay.
Yeah,
Like I cannot deal with
one
somebody
to
else.
one, okay? 1 to 1. That's what
One
I'm
to
all
one.
about.
One is more than enough for me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's a lot. And I don't think, I mean, there are many things that I would be concerned about. And I feel like this could be a whole episode on its own,
Oh
but I
my
just don't
gosh.
think I would have the mental capacity to
Mm.
handle an open relationship. Okay.
Yeah. And that's
No.
completely okay. Like everybody's different. If you have
Yeah.
considered an open relationship or are in one, like more power to you if that's what makes you
Mm-hmm.
happy. Um, I think I have considered an open relationship, but like it was when I was single and wasn't really attached to somebody. So I was like, ooh, the idea of that sounds, exciting. But in
Yeah.
reality, I don't think I could ever go through with it personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. I just don't
Yeah.
think from what I know about myself, I don't think I'd be able to handle it. Like, I think I would just be
Right.
ruining myself knowing how I am. But some people, it works perfectly fine. And that's the
Yeah.
type of flexibility they need. And you know what? Whatever makes you happy,
Uh-huh.
what is it, Tanisha?
As long as you enjoy what you're doing and you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, you keep doing what you're doing.
Exactly. She almost
That's what it
forgot her
is. I
whole,
really,
she
really
really
did.
did. A little disappointing, but it's okay. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. You guys get to hear the true feelings tonight, okay, about everything.
All right. I mean, that's good for the first question. Is there anything else you want to say about that?
Maybe when I've been married for 30 years, maybe then I will think about opening up my relationship. But until
Maybe.
then, we're not going to do that right
No.
now.
They can wait.
They
Maybe.
can maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see what happens, okay? Okay, the next question is number 18, Kim I.
Number 18. Ooh, another spicy one. It's really not. What's your favorite book you've read in book club so far? I
Oh,
like that question. That's a good one.
that is a good one. I'm looking over at my shelf of books that I have now acquired right here because
Ooh.
of book club. Yes. I think. the best book that I think I've read so far, my favorite is probably Where the Crawdads Sing. I think
That
that's
one's a
my
good one.
favorite one. Yeah.
I really like that one. For me, I think it's probably going to be To Kill a Mockingbird. I think I enjoyed that book because of the nostalgia of reading it in high school and reading it again.
Yeah.
And then it was just a really good book in general.
Yeah. That was a really good recommendation because I feel like I didn't remember anything from
Yeah,
that book that
same.
I read in high school, right?
Yeah.
So it was good to understand it from an older person's point of view. And I feel like I got more out of it reading it a second time.
Yeah. Do you want to say something about Where the Crawdads Sing? Is that what it's called? I forgot.
Where the Crawdads Sing, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So this is a story about a girl who lives in a marsh and she's accused of murder. Ooh, right?
Ooh.
Murder. Ooh. And then, you know, just there are courtroom scenes and like she's being chased and just a lot of really beautiful imagery with a
Yeah.
really great mystery story. So
Mm-hmm.
really did enjoy that one. I recommend you guys check out both of these books. We had a
Yeah.
good time. Yeah.
Those are fun reads, and they were like really interesting to even talk about. So if you are planning on having a book club, maybe start with those if you don't know which one
Mm-hmm.
to start with.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Question 9.
Question 9 is ice cream or gelato?
Ooh,
Ooh.
I think I'm gonna have to go with gelato.
Gelato. Why gelato? Can my people need to know?
There's just something about gelato that I like. Okay, so actually Brian and I just had ice cream today, and I
Mm.
am I am the type of person that doesn't really like having ice cream from like store bought, like Safeway or like buying it from Target. I don't like that. I really enjoy it when we go to a place that makes it or something. I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like the taste and the texture is a lot better. And maybe for gelato, it's more like light and smooth, and ice cream is like kind of heavier, and that's probably why I like gelato more.
Yeah, and that's a whole experience, right? It's like going to an ice cream shop and like getting to pick your flavor, and
Yeah.
it's just completely different from store bought. So I get you on that.
Mm-hmm.
I would also have to say gelato because I think
Ooh.
if I had the same flavor of ice cream and the same flavor of gelato to pick from, I would pick gelato every time.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
because I feel like it's creamier actually. So
You
I
know
don't
what?
know.
Maybe I need to read up as to what gelato actually is. Maybe I just like the name. I
Maybe
don't know.
it's fancy. It's Italian, I believe. I don't know.
I think
Someone
so.
correct me, please. But the next question is number 26.
Okay. How do girls feel about period sex? Well, I want to like change the question a little bit. How
Mm-hmm.
do Tanisha and Kimai feel about period
Yes,
sex? Because we
very
can't
good.
speak for all the women in the world.
Correct. Yeah. Everybody's going to have a different opinion on this as they would for any other question because everybody
Mm-hmm.
is their own person, right?
For sure.
Um so how do I feel about period sex? I think it's okay. Like it's just like any other time that I would have sex, but then I have to worry about cleanup. Am I
Yeah.
also bloated during that time? Probably. Am I also constipated during that time? Probably. So
Wow.
am I really going to enjoy it every single time as much as sex without my period? Maybe not,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't mind it and I will engage in it from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think period sex is fine. I have engaged in period sex before. I mean for me, I think people, or not people, but I guess like for me, sometimes I'm more aroused when I'm on my period. And so
Oh,
like
okay.
yeah, and so sometimes
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, if it's like light enough, like I'm not trying to like do it when there's a waterfall down there,
Right.
like
We don't need a
that's not.
crime scene,
We
okay?
don't, because that's a lot. And so sometimes, like, I guess if I were to engage in that, I would make sure to have like a towel and like the cleanup too. Like, that's
Right.
definitely something to consider. Like, if I was going to have period sex, I'd have to be taking a shower afterwards. Okay. Like that's something that I need
Absolutely.
to do. I can't just
Immediately after.
immediately, like I can't just pull up my pants like sticky and
No,
grimy
no,
from it, you know? And like,
no.
I mean, again, if that's all you, that's cool. It's just like, for me, I think period sex is totally okay. I have enjoyed
Yeah.
it before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really get my period for as long or as much now because I'm on an IED.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually haven't had period sex in a really long time,
Yeah.
but I think it's okay and I am okay with it. And yeah, so just whatever you're comfortable with and whatever your partner is
Right.
comfortable with. And
Yeah.
I think it's okay if your partner doesn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not okay if they shame you about it though.
Right.
So just be mindful of that.
Question 2 is favorite snacks to munch on?
Ooh, favorite snacks to munch on? Well, hot Cheetos. That
Yeah,
is
I
like
know, Kimai. I know.
I have
We know.
this it's an obsession. It's love.
Ooh.
I love hot Cheetos. I love flaming hot Funyuns. I love to munch on this. However, it doesn't make me feel all that great. So
Right.
it's like a guilty pleasure or something that I hate to love.
Yeah.
Um, and then I guess like I am usually munching at work. We have like nuts and cheese
Mm-hmm.
and also boiled eggs. So those are like my go-to snacks at work. Other than that, I don't snack. I actually don't snack too much.
Okay.
How about you?
Um, I really love potato chips, but I feel
Ooh.
the same way about those as you do about hot Cheetos. Like I will eat them, but I will eat them knowing that I won't feel that great
Mm-hmm.
afterwards, just because of the effect that it has on my body. But I do
Yeah.
enjoy potato chips. Not kettle cooked though. Those bitches are too hard and they cut my mouth, okay? They're kind
Maybe
of
you need to be
aggressive.
safer. Oh my God. I love kettle chips, like the
Maybe
Hawaiian ones or jalapeno ones.
those those sweet onion kettle chips, those
Yeah.
are
Or the
okay.
luau barbecue ones.
Mm,
Ooh.
yeah. Okay, you have a point there with those flavors.
Take
Okay,
smaller
maybe
bites. No one's asking you to put a fistful of potato chips in your
damn,
mouth,
you're right,
Tanisha.
Kim. My God. Like maybe I am just chewing too aggressively and kettle chips don't deserve this kind of like hatred from me. I'm sorry. Like, dude. Yeah, I also love chocolate too. So
Mm,
something chocolatey, but I can't have too much because then it gets too sweet. But
yeah.
and then I'm the type of person that goes like, "Ooh, salty, now something sweet. Oh, now
Oh my
something
God.
salty again." And then it doesn't end and it's kind of dangerous. So,
Oh
we're
my
working on
goodness.
that.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty. So, the next one is number 43.
How do you deal with negativity and failures? Wow, a hefty
Wow.
one.
Hefty. Hefty after snacks, okay? Like
I
snacks is like,
know.
"Ooh, yes." And then this is like,
We're all
okay.
over the place here. We're trying to keep y'all on your toes. We're on our
Yeah.
toes.
We don't know what we're going to get. You guys don't know what you're going to get. Also, I want to thank everybody who sent in a question. We
Yeah.
really, really appreciate
Thank
you.
you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Yeah, so hefty question. How do you deal with negativity and failures? Dude, I was listening to Two Peas in a Podcast. I am very late, okay? I finished the first episode and the second, and half of the second one, okay? And I think Annika said something about when she was coping with stress, she just had to cry. And honestly, like, girl, I fucking get you because sometimes I just have to cry too. And sometimes people don't understand it, but that's my way to let out all of my emotions. And then when I'm done crying, I can move on. But sometimes I just need to like get everything out before I can move on. So that's my method with that. And then failures, I feel like I have to keep reminding myself, like, this is a work in progress too. Um, I'm not going to be good at everything the first time. As long as I tried my hardest and can learn from this failure, then I can move on to the next time and I can go about it better than I did. So um, I'm definitely dealing with failures better than when I was younger, but that's how I
Hmm.
deal with it now. Yeah. What about
Yeah.
you?
Well said, Tanisha. For me, negativity. So if someone is giving me negativity or if I'm feeling any of that, I try to spin it on a positive end. Like if someone is saying like you're not doing a good job, I try to take it as constructive criticism and I'm like,
Right.
okay, so how could I do better? So looking at the
Yeah.
negativities and trying to spin it in a way like if you can't spin it to be completely positive, then be like, okay, so what did I do well? What could I have done better? And like take it as a learning opportunity.
Yeah.
And in order to cope, I also do a lot of crying. Um, so
Yes.
like I literally one
Yes.
time I took a midterm or a final, and afterwards I felt so freaking shitty. I
Mm-hmm.
just cried. Like I was just like, I know I
Yeah.
missed one question. I take things very hard on myself, so I'm still working on it. But like
Mm-hmm.
I knew I missed one question, and that like killed me. And I literally logged off of the exam and started like hysterically crying, and that is not just because of the exam, it's because of like the stress and the build up to
Right.
it as well.
Right.
And I mean, honestly, I'll be honest, I'm experiencing this right now because it's finals week and I'm very freaking freaked out for my final. And I am on the verge of tears every day. Like I was driving to work today listening to Dear Evan Hansen and The Greatest Showman, and like
Oh.
I was like in tears driving, and I'm
Oh.
like, why am I listening to this knowing that it's going to trigger me? But
Yeah.
sometimes you just need that. Like sometimes you just need to listen to the music that you want to
Yeah.
listen to and have a good ass cry, okay? And you
Right.
feel better afterwards. I mean, at least I feel better afterwards.
Yes.
And then once I feel ready, then I'm like, okay, negativity and like whatever perceived failures there are, what am I going to do next? You know, like I try
Right.
not to sit on it for too long. I definitely do. So it's not a
Mm-hmm.
bad thing if you do like sit on it and wallow, like take your time, but remember that there are still things to look forward to, and you just get your cute ass booty up and you'll
Yes.
get there, you know?
Yes, you
And
tell
that's what I have to remind myself every day. And it also helps if you can't tell yourself that, follow like really positive influencers who
Yeah.
post about those things, and
Mm-hmm.
then get that kick, not kick, that push from them. Kick,
Yeah.
push, whatever.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I really like everything you said. Everything is about perspective, right? If you can spin it in a positive way, you're going to have a better time. And understand that I guess we're pretty similar in if we cry, we can get over something faster than if we don't cry, or at least
Yeah.
that's how I am. So it's almost like a necessary part of my process to like work through things.
Hmm.
So yeah, please be very considerate towards other people's coping strategies because, different things work for different people.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
And I will add that food is a factor.
Oh,
I was just telling Tanisha that since I've been so stressed, like stress eating and stress snacking is it's just in my life. I can't avoid it no matter how much I try. The only thing I can avoid is what I eat. So before I would binge like crazy when I'm stressed, and obviously that would affect my weight and how I'm feeling. Now I have definitely been eating a little bit more lately because I am really stressed out. However, I'm like a little bit more mindful, like, okay, like am I hungry or am I stressed out? If I'm
mhm.
stressed out, let's try like eating nuts instead of 5 bags of hot Cheetos, you know? So
Yes.
food is definitely a comfort for me, but I do have to be very mindful at what I'm consuming and how much I'm consuming.
Yeah. So I think the next one
Okay.
is number 24.
Hmm.
And we got another spicy one up in here. Okay.
Jeez.
So, Kimai and Tanisha in third person. What are your kinks? Like sexual kinks? Woo!
I'm like, should I share this? Am I ready? Maybe you go first and I'll see what
Okay.
you say and then I'll say
Okay.
it.
I will go first. Recently, I had a friend actually who told me that they were taking a kink test, right?
Mhm.
And then this test would show you what kinks you uh, most identify with, kinks that you that you
Yeah.
have.
It
Yeah.
was like
Okay.
a BDSM quiz.
Right. So if it were not for that test recently, I don't know if I would know exactly how to answer this or know exactly what a kink is. Okay. But through this test, I found out that I like to be both dominant and submissive at different times. So I can, like, I feel like I'm a true switch, and I feel like that test really got me. Okay, really understood who I was. So it'll get me off if I feel like I have power in a certain moment. Everything is consensual, by the way. Like, I am not into anything that is not consensual. Okay, we want an enthusiastic yes. Okay,
Enthusiastic, yes.
yes, but these are just things that turn me on when I'm with a consensual partner. Okay, like let's be very clear right there. Okay, um, and then I also enjoy being submissive, maybe a little bit more than being dominant, because I'm just like, oh, I'm helpless. Like, I can't do anything. But really, because I trust my partner, I know that I'm in a safe environment and like nothing unsafe is going to happen to me.
Yeah.
So I can allow myself to be in that mindset, right?
Yeah. Like, oh my God, I'm helpless, but really I'm not, so you better do
But
what's right
really, I
for
can
me, you
turn
know? Like,
around
you better
and
watch out.
I can switch at any moment, guys. Okay, watch the fuck out. Okay. But yeah, so that's for me. I think I had another one too, but I need to remember it really quick. What about you, Kim?
Okay, so if you're gonna base it off of the quiz, so Tanisha also sent it to me and
Oh,
Amanda,
yes, I
and so we
did.
also took it. And I think for me, I was more of like a submissive role. Again, all consensual. Like
Yes, please.
if I don't want to be submissive, I'm not gonna be, okay. Like,
Yes.
I can just imagine. I don't know. I can just imagine certain situations and then like me laughing in their face or something if like I don't like it. But anyway, so they had like a name for it. They called it the brat. And I didn't know whether to be offended, but like that's okay.
Oh.
I've been called a brat a few times in my life and I've learned to embrace it, you know? So yeah, I guess I'm a brat 98%.
Yeah. My okay, I was also a brat, okay, from this BDSM quiz. If you guys want to take it, like let me know and I'll send you a link, okay?
Yeah.
It's very interesting. It's like any other personality test, okay?
Yeah, it has some
Um,
interesting questions.
yes, you just be open-minded when you take it, if
Hmm.
you take it. But let me expand on the brat title, I guess. So on the website, it said if you are a brat, you like to be submissive, but you and your partner both understand that if you go against authority a little bit, like that's part of the fun. So like you kind of
Yeah.
fight the
Yeah.
person, yeah, who's like supposed to be a little more dominant over you, right?
Yeah.
And I agree.
Me
I
too.
feel like I am 100% that. I felt so exposed. I felt attacked. But then I was like, I can't fight it because it's true. Okay.
Yeah. It's like, how do they know? Are they in the bedroom with me? Am I being watched?
Dude,
I
that's
don't
fucking
know.
scary. But also, another kink of mine, I think I would also hypothetically enjoy being watched. I mean, like, I haven't had the opportunity, but maybe I will one day. We'll find out.
Yeah, wasn't
Okay.
yours like an exhibitionist or something? Like you were like
Yeah.
a good percentage of that?
Dude, there was a lot on that BDSM quiz.
Yeah,
Okay.
when I
Yeah.
think of exhibitionist, when I think of exhibitionist, I think of
Hmm.
like someone in like a long trench coat. So imagine Tanisha in a
Oh
trench
my
coat,
God.
nothing under, and she's just going for it, you know? But yeah, those are the
Yeah.
kinks.
Yeah, dude. Very exciting. Honestly, like, I love talking about sex. So you guys are going to hear more of that in future
Yeah.
episodes and in the future of this episode.
Hmm. And then
Yeah.
if we do another Q&A and you didn't have any of your questions answered, ask again.
Dude, honestly, like I was a little disappointed when we didn't get a lot of like spicy questions. Okay, I was like, you guys can make us say literally whatever you want, and you are not taking the chance. And I'm just like, I'm disappointed in you.
I know. We could get even deeper, but we
We
got
could.
45 questions to go through. So
Right. So we're moving on.
next is question 34. How did you meet your SOs? And what's a fun fact about them? God.
Oh, we're gonna get all cute now. Okay. um, would you like to go first, Kim Mai?
Sure. So Brian and I, we met while we were in college. He went to UNLV in Las Vegas, and I went to UC Riverside in Riverside. And we were both in a community oh God, what were we? We were in a community service organization on campus, an on-campus community service organization. And we were sister schools, so we would see each other like every month while we were in that club. And we just, just started talking there. I think the first time we met, we were preparing for like a kind of a sporting event, a district sporting event.
Mm-hmm.
And we were practicing, and we had a Brian on our team, but that Brian had another team. So they came in and was like, can we switch this Brian with this Brian? And then we were like, okay, I guess. So then that Brian that was switched was Bryan, Brian, my Brian.
Yes. Yeah.
And so there's a picture of us jump roping together. And apparently that is our first time meeting. But however, we did not develop our relationship until like much, much longer after. Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, okay, let me go into how I met Dave, because you triggered a memory in my mind, because I think at the same sporting event, probably not the same year, that's when I met Dave. And I remember being on his team and jump roping with him.
Oh
And
my
I was
God.
like, he's cool, okay, whatever, but like I also don't know anything else about him. And then we left that event, like we just knew of each other at that point, and then much later he became like a closer friend of mine, and then it was like, oh, like we really care about each other, and then eventually it just fell into a relationship. So yeah, thank you for bringing that memory back to me, Kim. That's very interesting.
Wow. We're twins at how we met our significant others.
Oh my gosh, we get more and more similar every episode, like on
I know. I
accident.
mean, it also was a journey to get to where we are now with our
Right.
SOs. So,
Yes.
but a fun fact. Do you have a fun fact about Dave?
Oh gosh, I mean, I think I may have said this previously, but I did not think that I would find a partner that was more dramatic or attention seeking than me. But he just like tips the iceberg, like just, a little bit higher than me. And I think that's why we get along, is because like we understand that part about ourselves. Like we're both very respectful towards each other still, but I think we both have that quality. And well, I just think that's interesting because I didn't know that that would exist, because I feel like I'm pretty high on the scale for both of them. So, yeah. What about you, Kinley?
So, my fun fact, I also think I mentioned this before, but I wanted to tell like a short story.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, when he's really focused on something, he will not give up. It it really interrupts a lot of things. Like I think in the horoscopes episode, I mentioned that, oh, if Brian sees like a nail, he will put all of his time and attention into fixing that nail. And then literally right after I finished the episode, he saw a nail loose on my desk and spent the next 30 minutes fixing it when like we were
Oh
supposed to go
my
to bed. So like it
gosh.
was really funny that I had brought that as an example and then it became a reality. But Brian, he really has tunnel vision. So he's really focused when he's on his
Yeah.
computer, when he's on his phone. Sometimes I'll talk to him and he really just doesn't hear me because
Mm-hmm.
he's so focused on what he's doing. I guess that's a fun fact about him. Yeah, that's it. I don't really want to say much else, I guess.
There's going to be so many more fun facts in the future, though.
I know.
So just wait for that.
Hmm.
But oh my God, you know what? Maybe this is a better one for Dave, really quickly. But
Hmm.
I was on a FaceTime call with him at the beginning of our relationship, and he was cooking, and like I was just watching him cook, and like it's like flirty banter, right?
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden, like he takes like those pre-marinated like meat packets that you can get from a Korean market, right? And he takes it out with the tongs out of the packaging, and then he goes to put it in the pan, but he drops it on the floor. And like that made me laugh so hard, and I think fall in love with him like a little bit more, okay? Just because it was so funny. The next one is number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5.
You wake up in the middle of the night to a big fire.
Oh
What do you
man.
grab?
Um
Quick, quick, quick. Let's go.
okay, I'm a practical ass hoe. Okay, on the inside, deep, 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 deep down. Okay. I will grab my laptop, my phone, things that have like important information on them that like I might not be able to like what is it called? Duplicate?
Yeah,
Yeah,
duplicate.
yeah, yeah.
I agree with you. The laptop, and the phone were the first two
Yeah.
things I thought of too.
Right.
Because my laptop is right by my bed too. I'd probably just like get the fuck out, grab that shit, and I don't
Yeah.
know, jump out the window. Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Am I, you're on the
But
second story. Like,
I
that's
know.
badass. Okay. Jesus.
Just like roll off the roof and maybe plop on my
Oh my
car or something
God.
while
Ninja
holding the
Mai.
laptop. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. But
Yeah.
cool. Okay. That was a good question. The
And
next one
is
is
four.
4. Yeah.
Number 4 is, do you guys have some kind of diet that you particularly follow? Um, Also, like bringing in fitness, and do we both meal prep, track calories or macros, and things like that? Do you, Kimai? Do you follow a particular diet or track?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that I follow a particular diet. Currently this year, I decided to go on a pescatarian diet,
Mm-hmm.
but that wasn't really for health and fitness reasons. It was, I mean, I'll be honest, it was mostly because Andrew dared Brian and then I was pulled into it. And I've actually always wanted to try to cut meat out of my diet, but I
Yeah.
never had the, like, I don't know, the push to do it because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to restrict or limit myself. That's also like
Yeah.
dangerous for me. But
Right.
like, I know that like I could do it because I actually don't really eat a lot of meat before anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
this year I'm following a pescatarian diet and I think I used to meal prep when I was in college. And I do think that when you are short on time and you want to have easier access to healthier foods or like pre planned meals, then meal prepping is a really good option. Like it was really easy for me when I was in college. And, when I just made like fish, like a bunch of fish and rice and vegetables, put them all into one thing. So I
Yeah.
used to meal prep I used all of this I used to do. I
Mm-hmm.
currently just the pescatarian diet. I think the beginning of the year until maybe end of April or something. So for about 4 months or 12 weeks, I was tracking my calories and macros using what is it, my Fitness Pal and also a fitness journey journal from
Yeah.
Blogilates. So I was doing that and that actually helped me a lot just to be mindful of like what do I eat usually? How many
Yeah.
calories am I usually consuming? And it wasn't for me to be like, oh, I need to eat this certain amount to lose weight. It
Right.
was really just learning about my body during that time and that's what I thought was useful and helpful for me because I think since I stopped doing that, I've been able to kind of be in more control and conscious of what I'm consuming and what makes me feel good when I'm eating it. So
Yeah.
I think that if you are interested in trying that, go ahead and try it. Just make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you're not like super obsessed with it.
Right.
Uh, And yeah.
Yeah, like make sure that you are aware of your mental state. Like you're constantly checking in with yourself to make sure that any changes that you make in your life are affecting you positively or like neutrally. You're not putting
Hmm.
yourself into a hole. I also want to mention too that like tracking and meal prep, none of these things are inherently good or bad, right? They're just tools that you can use to learn more about the food that you're putting into your body. And that being said, though, I personally do not follow any kind of particular diet. I try as best as I can to eat whole foods and as much produce as possible. But also, I live at home with my mom and dad, and they cook a lot and they love to cook and
Yeah.
they cook every single day. So
Yeah.
sometimes, most of the time, it's a matter of convenience for me, but I still try to keep whole foods and produce in mind when I'm eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's same for me too. And I
Mm.
think we definitely are probably going to do a food episode in our relationship with food because I have so much more to say about this
Right.
subject.
I definitely think that, yeah, we need to do that for sure.
Hmm.
Also, I want to mention that uh, since I've been more serious about fitness and working out, like I have considered meal prepping and tracking calories, and I've never tracked calories or macros before ever. Um, and right now, I think I'm in a place where I don't particularly need or want to do that. And I'm also mindful that in the past, in middle school, I don't really know for how long, maybe it was a couple months, I had like a certain form of like an eating disorder where foods would kind of like put me off. And that went away by itself. I don't really know what triggered it. So just because I have that in my past, I am conscious about having something like a tool like counting calories make me more neurotic about my food.
Hmm.
So I think for now, since I don't need to do any of that, I'm not going to, but that may change later in the future. But we'll see. So I'm just very open to doing it or not right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All righty. Anything
Question
else about that?
40.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Question 40.
Question 40. Moving on.
Okay. What are you most looking forward to in the second half of 2021 this year?
Let's see. I mean, I have a lot of expectations for myself, which I probably should be lighter to myself or nicer to myself.
Mhm.
But I'm like excited to learn a lot more while I'm in school, hopefully take on more projects at work that will help boost my resume
Yeah.
and do more fun things with the podcast. I don't want to say that I'm looking forward to everything opening up in the second
Mhm.
half because one, I'm still concerned about COVID and whether or not like we have done enough to make sure it doesn't spike up again.
Right.
But I am looking forward to seeing more people and hopefully traveling more, and
Yeah.
also just trying to be safe at the same time. How about you?
Yeah. So I'm going to Hawaii in a couple weeks, so I'm really excited
Oh,
about that. And it's even more exciting because I'll get to see my cousins that I really have not been able to see. They live in NorCal. Like due to COVID, I haven't been able to see them, right? For holidays or anything. I'm excited to see them. And also really excited for Thanksgiving because since our family is vaccinated, I'm pretty sure that they will be joining us for Thanksgiving this year. So I think that's the most significant holiday for our family is an eating holiday.
oh,
Our family eats food like no family I've ever seen in my entire life. So, um, yeah, I'm just super excited to hang out with them again. Yeah.
yeah. I think I also have like a few weddings coming up this year, so I'm excited for that.
Ooh,
Not my
that
wedding,
is
other
very
people's
exciting.
weddings,
Okay.
okay?
I was like, am I invited? Like, expect to be one of the bridesmaids. Okay. Um,
Anyways, next question.
anyway. Okay. Number 20. We're getting spicy again. Okay.
Heating it up.
This question is merely one word. Hall passes? Question mark. So hall passes, I guess I'm going to take this as do we get any hall passes in our relationships that we're currently in? And do our partners get any hall passes right now? I would go to celebrities automatically just because they're kind
Yeah.
of removed. Yeah.
Hmm. Like, as long as you don't have a history with that person and you probably won't have a future with that person, fine. Okay. Like, if Lisa from Blackpink suddenly was like,
Yes.
I want Brian, go for it, dude. You're never going to see her again. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would
But
sleep with Lisa. Jesus Christ.
yeah,
Like
you know what? And then who do I want? Or
who do you want, Kim Mai? I
who am
want to
I interested
know.
in? Let's see. I mean, I guess I always go to Chris Evans. He's always the first one that pops
He's
in
a
my head.
cutie.
So
He's a
if Chris Evans was
cutie.
like, Brian, like, is it cool? Like, he better say yes, okay? Like, that's the thing. And a celebrity, okay? Like, that's fine. But like, if he was like, hall pass to this coworker, no,
No,
thank you.
100% no.
That is not, is she a celebrity that you're never gonna see again? No, okay. Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Okay. Well, are there any celebrities that you know Brian is a fan of? And like if you had to pick one?
I mean, honestly, the only person I can think of is like Lisa from Blackpink or maybe Ariana
Okay.
Grande.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, I would sleep with Ariana too. She
Yeah,
beautiful,
honestly.
dude. Okay, so I know that Dave, he really likes the Emmas, okay? Emma Watson, Emma Stone. Maybe there's another Emma that I'm forgetting, but those would definitely be his. I think I would allow it. Maybe ask if I can join if I get over my jealousy. Okay, we'll find out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe one day. They're really beautiful too. I agree with him. There are a lot of fine men out there for sure.
Yeah. And if they're celebrities and we don't have any past or future with them, go for it. Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, also Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Please notice me. Okay, that's it. That's all I want to say
Maybe he
about that.
will.
No,
All
he won't.
right.
It's fine. Moving on. So the next question, are you ready?
I'm
This is
ready.
maybe the most important question. Okay. Number 13 is water wet?
Oh my God.
Thank you, Alex Zhang, for this question. We really appreciate it.
Alex fucking Zhang. Oh my God.
Is water wet, Kimai?
What a cancer thing to do. I'm just kidding. I don't know if that's a cancer thing to do. But is water wet? I don't think water is wet.
Wait, why?
I
I was gonna say yes. I don't
why is
know.
water wet?
Because it's water.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. You know, when I saw that he had asked this question, I was in the shower thinking about it for the longest time. I was like, is water wet? Do we consider like sheep furry? Or is their hair furry? You know, like I was thinking about many things as to how to justify this question or the answers that I would give. I don't know, okay? Is water wet? No, it's not wet.
Mm,
I don't
okay.
know.
You know
This
what?
is a
Agree.
controversial one.
Yes, agree to disagree. I have seen both sides of the argument and I can understand both sides, okay? But I think we're going to move on to the next question
Yeah.
now.
I'm also
Okay.
easily swayed, so
Yeah.
yeah, okay, so you can probably persuade me. But like let's move on to the next one, which is question number 23.
Okay, which is what is your ideal sex life? What does it look like?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I think I want it more than Brian does.
Mm.
So my ideal sex life would be Brian taking making me feel like he wants it too, okay?
Yes, yes. Honestly, that is a very important factor in a relationship too. Like to kind of like have a similar level.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I was younger, like I kind of just thought that everybody had the same level as me, and then I
Hmm.
slowly found out that wasn't true. Okay, so yeah, Brian, did you hear that? We just need a little bit more up in here, okay?
I feel like we're like when I want to, he's like tired. When he wants to, I'm tired. But then we end up like compromising and like working it out anyways.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like, you know, ideally it should be easy, you know. Not that there's a fight, everything's
No,
consensual, guys, but like, you
consent,
know, like just
consent.
flow a little better rather than being like, you want to do it and like, okay, you should just flow, okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dude,
Okay.
I got it.
Well,
So my ideal sex life, I guess if it comes down to like a partner, like I just want somebody who's like open,
mhm.
right? To just the things that I'm interested in, and then I will do the same for my partner, right? And obviously, I would like to be in closer proximity, not in a long distance relationship, because I feel like that has a lot to do with like, or has really impacts our sex life, right? But
Mhm.
yeah, right now the goal is to just be closer because when he's around, I give in a little bit more just because like he's there and he's accessible. But like when I'm away from him, I can like turn it off and I'm good. So the ideal is to just be closer to him right now. So that's what that is. Yeah.
Okay.
So the next one is number 31.
Ooh. How old do you need to be before having a serious relationship?
Oh, how old?
Well, let's see. I think it should be legal.
Right.
Um, I mean, I think also in high school, some people are like high school sweethearts, and that
Mm-hmm.
works out. But I think if you're going to have a serious relationship, just make sure that y'all are in a good relationship where you respect each other And if there's any age difference, make sure, it's legal.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I mean personally, if I had a kid and they were gonna start dating, I would think hopefully they'd wait until they're in like the later years of high school or something,
Right.
earliest. I know some people date earlier. That's definitely whatever you prefer.
Right.
But I think
Um,
once you're a little older, you kind of know what you want, and then you're able to express yourself a little bit better. Like when I was in high school, I didn't know who the fuck I was. So how would I be ready to open myself to someone else?
right. I mean, this question can be like interpreted in so many ways.
Hmm.
So like a serious relationship, you're in a serious relationship if you think it's serious. Okay.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, the age of consent is different depending on where you live and like different laws and different like ethics and morals. And
Hmm.
I wouldn't say there's a particular age. I don't think I would give an age. If I had a kid, I would prefer them to be at the end of high school to
Hmm.
be in a serious relationship. But also, you definitely, like you said, Kimai, like you need to know who you are. In high school, I didn't know who I was, but I didn't know that I didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
Right. So that's like a thing in itself, right? Um, and people live life at different rates. So maybe someone who's 18 has lived more life, had more experiences
Yeah.
than somebody who's like 30. You just don't know. Like everyone's different. So this question, I feel like it really, really does depend. But consent is the number one thing for
Yep.
sure. Make sure your relationship is not toxic. Make sure it's
Hmm.
healthy. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
definitely a good question to consider, though. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you to whoever asked that.
Okay, guys, so our Q&A was longer than we thought it was going to be. So
Hmm.
we're splitting it into two this time, but you guys know what that means. That means you get a part 2 the week immediately after and you don't have to wait one whole week.
Oh my God, what a
I
gift.
know. What a gift. So, thanks for listening, guys. Look forward to the next one. That's
Hmm.
it for our episode.
Follow us on Instagram at kinda.tempted, subscribe, and give us a like on YouTube. And we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.